Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on Chasing the Illusion. In this video I'm going to be going through the best magic tricks of all time, which is a title to live up by, I would imagine. Now before we get started on the best magic tricks of all time, I just want to put a disclaimer out. I'm not going to be teaching or revealing any of the tricks or how they work in this entire video. Sorry. But without any further ado, let's get on with the first one, which is David Copperfield's Death Saw. This trick basically takes a classic magic trick to a whole new level. That trick is of course the sawing someone in half trick. David Copperfield gets strapped down to a metal bed that really doesn't look that comfortable. Then is covered with a box. An a big saw hangs over him, presumably why it's called the Death Saw, and is slowly lowered towards him. Copperfield then seems to be escaping, and the saw just, well, randomly sits there? I guess it's for added suspense before sawing Copperfield in half. But Copperfield is, of course, alive. He has to make a moon disappear, after all. Copperfield then stares at his feet. Who knew that was a fetish of his? Anyway, a random person shouts, another person with a foot fetish. Interesting. And he, of course, moves his feet, which are a few words that I thought I would never say. And probably never will again. That's a Doctor Who reference. But the trick isn't over. With a wave of his magical hand, Copperfield makes time reverse. The bed comes back together without anyone touching it, bringing his body back together. The box then covers him up for no reason at all. Next up is David Blaine's Levitation, a magic trick that every single magician or non-magician has probably tried at some point in their life, including myself. Can you see? Can you? Oh! I'm a magician, guys! Now the reactions from the participants are clearly genuine, there's no denying that. But as an audience, we don't actually see his feet, which is weird considering Blaine even says, "Can you see my feet?" No, David, we can't. And what is it with magicians and feet in this video? But for the benefit of the camera, we do see him levitating for the first time, and he is clearly off of the ground. This only happens once, twice. I think it's twice we see it. But the camera is in a certain area where the audience would have seen it. But what I do love about this trick is that it is in the street, and theoretically anyone who knows how it works can do it, unlike the Death Saw that Copperfield did when it was a whole production. So moving on to the next trick, and this is one that most stage magicians have probably tried at some point in their life, and it's when two magicians swap places in impossible circumstances. I'm of course talking about Metamorphosis by the Pendragons. In this iconic trick, Jonathan Pendragon, not to be mistaken for Arthur Pendragon, is chained up inside a box, something he and Copperfield have in common. I wonder if he has a foot fetish. Then Charlotte Pendragon stands on top of the box, waves some fabric in the air, and abracadabra, another word I've never used before and will never say ever again, they then swap places. Jonathan then eats up all of the applause while poor Charlotte is trapped inside of a box. Can we all give a moment to appreciate Charlotte? Thank you. Of course, she is freed and is then given her applause that she bloody well deserves, don't she? She does. She does all the hard work. Probably. Okay, next up is Doves by Lance Burton. And before we get into this trick, animal magic, not a fan of it. There, I said it. Starting off, Burton is smoking. Nicotine, not a fan of it. There, I said it. This trick made all magicians want to own a dove. I mean, who doesn't want to create a dove from nothing and let it land upon your head? Please do not poo on. Not only can Burton produce flying white rats, but he can also produce candles, and nobody wants to know where they were hiding. Lance, is that a candle in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? The last dove that he creates then gets thrown in the air and turned into confetti. Poor dove. And I don't really like doves. Last but not least is Zigzag Lady by Robert Harbin. Is that how you pronounce his name? Let's just go with that. And this is a trick that everybody, and I mean everybody, has seen on either TV or a Christmas cracker. And this roughly links with sawing someone in half, only with a twist, or a zigzag in this case. What makes this trick so impressive though is that this trick can be performed completely surrounded and at close up. Not that I would recommend performing close up for this trick. You know, imagine going up to a table at a restaurant with a massive coffin. I'm not too sure if your spectators would appreciate it all that much. Harbin then cuts the woman in half with the most flimsy saw known to man, along with some jokes that really do not stand the test of time.
We have to do this. Rolf Harris noise.
But with all that pushed aside, so is the woman's stomach. You can even touch her hand and her body, feeling her breathe, almost as if it was magic. And that just about wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this, let me know, because I actually had a lot of fun making this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and join the Chased membership for behind the scenes content, updates on what's going on, and videos just like this one before they go public. I'm also performing a seance for my series Is Magic Real, which will hopefully be coming out March next year. Tickets are available, they will be down below somewhere in the description, but there is only 20 spaces available, and once they're gone, and I'm not performing this seance ever again. But apart from that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.